Hi, this is Colleen from Keeping the Peace Defensive Handgun Training for Women, and today is episode 6 of the Preparing the New Shooter series. Today we're going to be covering 2 subjects in one video. We're first going to talk about breathing and how it affects your shot placement. Then we'll discuss how to find your dominant eye. So let's hit it. Topic 1 is breathing. First thing you need to know about breathing is that you need to do it. There are a lot of shooters that are convinced that if they stop breathing or holding their breath, they can cause their sight picture to stay in alignment better. They think that it will decrease the amount of shake that they see in their sight picture, and that's not true. It's a myth. The more you hold your breath, the more you're going to lose your visual acuity and the more you're going to shake because your muscles are deprived of the oxygen that they need to function. So don't hold your breath. If I extend my gun out, line up my sights, and press the trigger as I exhale, the gun's going to drop. If I line up my sights and press the trigger as I inhale, the gun's going to rise. So both of those things will cause me to have error in my shot placement. What's better is to extend the gun forward, focusing on the front sight, and exhaling at the same time. That way, by the time I get the gun fully extended, I'm not only aligned in the sights, but I'm at the bottom of my breath cycle. So here's what that looks like one more time. So let's talk about how to find your dominant eye. First thing you want to do is make an aperture with your hands. Okay, so I'm going to use the camera as my focal point. Find a focal point in the room somewhere. You can use the nose on a target, or you can use a light switch plate, something like that. Put that in the aperture. You can make the aperture round. I usually do a triangle. What you're going to do is bring the triangle back to your face while keeping the focal point in focus. When you bring it back to your face, your aperture will come back to your dominant eye. If you bring it back to the wrong eye, you'll find that your focal point will disappear. Okay, so hopefully these little tips will help, and thanks for joining me for episode 6 of Preparing the New Shooter. Next week in episode 7, we're also going to be covering 2 topics. We're going to be covering how to make goals for yourself at the range. I'll go over some very simple drills for you to do as a beginner, and we'll also talk about loading your gun. How do you load rounds into the firearm? Okay? Hope you have a great week. Thanks for joining me for episode 6, and God bless.